YouTube, what's going on? Manny here, dropping another video for you guys. This video is going to be a curly top mohawk. And the key to this is debulking the hair before you start cutting, before you start fading. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 3 guard, as you'll see coming up right here, and I'm going to go ahead and clear a lot of the curls that he has hanging over. He's not getting much of anything cut off the top, but he wants to eventually get it braided. So what I'm doing is I'm just clearing the area out that I'm going to need to fade. You know, a lot of times people start to fade without doing this, and then once they get to where the curls are, they kind of get lost, don't know what to do with it. So if you debulk it first, get it out the way, the remainder of the fade is going to be, you know, pretty basic and simple to do. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead with my 5-aught or my 0. This is pretty much the equivalent of the trimmer. And I'm going to go ahead and set my first guideline in. Now I follow it up with the shaver. And I'm going basically like right underneath where I made my guideline. So I'm not going right up to it completely. I'm kind of pulling away as I get to the guideline, just so it doesn't leave a real harsh line. If you put a hard line in with a shaver, it's kind of difficult to take out, you know what I mean? There are ways to get it out, but if you're not fully experienced with it, it can get tricky. Alright, so now I'm using my wall magic clip, and I am in the fully open position. And for those guys that don't know, guys and women, I'm sorry, I shouldn't speculate, but for those of you that don't know what the fully open position is, that means that the lever is just pulled the whole way back. So it's not forward. If you have it pulled forward, it's going to cut closer, and if you have it pulled back, it's going to cut further away. So that's the half right there. Now I'm closed, and I'm going to go ahead and just start blending that line in, and I'll just gradually work my way open until I get up to the line that I initially created with my clipper in the fully open position. Alright, so now I'm using my trimmer just to kind of work out a little bit of that initial guideline that I put in. It's just more of a little detail work, you know, kind of clean up. It's nothing, I'm not putting any hard lines in with it or anything. I'm just kind of cleaning things up. Now I've got my 1 guard, and I'm in the fully open position again. Lever back, and I'm setting my guide in about a 1/2 inch higher than the last guideline that I put in. Alright, so now instead of going closed with my 1 guard, I went right to my 1/2 guard in the fully open position. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that basically right up to the 1 fully open, or the guideline that I had created. I'm going to take it right up to that. It pretty much blends right in. And then I'm going to go ahead and just gradually close as I work my way down, so I can work the line out. I'm about halfway open right now. And as you can see, I'm staying a little bit below where I was just at with the 1/2 guard fully open. Now I'm fully closed. so now I got my 2 guard in the fully open position, and I'm taking that basically right up to where I took the 3 guard. I'm like barely underneath that, and that pretty much falls right into the 3, so you don't have to worry about blending anything in or whatnot. It just kind of like blends right in automatically. So alright, so, and like I was telling you in my last video, I was going to be doing certain things where I would skip certain steps. I bypassed using the 2 guard closed and went right to my 1.5 guard open as I work my way down. So those are just little things that you can do to kind of speed up the fading process. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with my 1/2 guard. As I work my way down, I'm just going to close the lever, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in. And as you can see here, I mean, the blend is already looking pretty good. You know, I got some touch-up work to do, and you know, I haven't even put the shape up on there yet. So once you put the line up on there, you'll see that it stands out even more. The blend looks a lot cleaner. But putting that on, like I told you in previous videos, putting that the shape up line on there too allows you to see any dark spots or any lines just a little bit more clear. So then you can go back and touch things up after you do it. You know, it's just something that I learned, you know, over the years. Basically just frames your work for you. Alright, so this client wants the back of his mohawk to be V-shaped, so I'm going to go ahead and just edge that up. And I had sprayed it with hairspray, so that's a trick that I've done for quite a while. It's pretty much like using spritz. I just like the way the spray holds better. Alright, so now I'm going to work on the lineup in the front here. I've got my 1.5 guard on, and I'm just going to go ahead and go with the grain just to kind of lay those hairs down. He has really curly hair, so in order to give him a really clean, you know, sharp edge, I wanted to go ahead and kind of clear that out, lay it down, set a good foundation, so I can go ahead and spray with the spray and give him a nice clean shape up. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and create this line for him. After doing this, I'll just go back and do a little bit more touch-up work. But I mean, this is the basic foundation for a decent fade here, man. You know, there's certain things that I see that I can go ahead and touch up a little bit, but for the most part, I mean, came out pretty clean. And like I said, the length on top he's gonna be keeping. So you know, I did a little bit of shear work up there, but nothing serious. It's just kind of just cleaning the flyaways off, and that's it. So my final result is going to be coming up right here, and you'll see it. It is pretty nice clean fade. Thank you guys, and be on the lookout for the next video.